Okay, so as we said, previously on the right hand side was kind of your before.
Yeah.
Taking the golf club away. Good position there. Again, posture is a little bit hunch, as we said, but good position to about here where there's not really much rotation really required.
Yeah, okay.
Rotation to this point isn't difficult, so you can get the club there. As you get to about here, the body kind of stops moving. The arms kind of lift as best they can. Because your left arm can't go that far across your chest anyway, it's going to bend as a result of that anyway. You shorten the width of your swing. The hands now just work a lot more across your chest, so the hands now get quite low in the backswing. Compared to that one up there. And that's it, if you sort of, that's a bit darker, they've done slow motion, but you can see the difference in the arm there, can't you?
Yeah.
The right arm now is higher, it's not sort of tucked down here and all sort of tucked in this sort of narrow position, okay? A lot more width, a lot more height, get that arm.
A bit more open as well.
Well, yeah, you've turned your shoulder, you've got the hip gone out of the way and stuff, so you've got the arms up here. And I say you're going a bit further than you maybe wanted to, that's fine. You're practicing going back further than you want to. So when it actually comes to it in the golf ball, again, getting that posture better. I'm not going to stand there and say it's perfect, but it's certainly less of a hunch in the back, okay? Your arms now can get a little bit higher, so your elbow's getting a little bit more up above, the hands now getting a bit higher. Your left arm in particular just looks a little bit more kind of extended to me, yeah? There's less bend in that left elbow. That one there's got a little bit of bend here now, and the hands are barely creeping up above your shoulder. Look at the gap between your hands and the right shoulder there, yeah? Just getting those arms up in the air, you're getting that turn better. Because in the golf swing, and this is what I was reading the other week, these guys have measured this on tour and stuff, how much the lead arm for a golfer actually moves. And because they turn their shoulders so well, their left arm only moves about sort of 8 degrees or 10 degrees from kind of, if that is 0 straight in front and that is 90, there's about there. But you look at yours there, because you haven't turned, your left arm's doing a lot of this. It's going across your chest, probably about 30 degrees. Well, now if it's 30 degrees behind, as your chest starts unwinding, your left arm's back here, you're like, well, hang on a second, I've got to stop my body and then go boop, and try and hit it. Well, that's not going to be an easy way of doing it. So if I can just turn this way, now my body unwinds, oh, my arms are back kind of in front of me. So everything's all more in sync as you go back. So when you come back to the golf ball, you can, there's space now between your lead arm there and the chest. You've got some daylight now between your body and your arms. The club can come back down a nice path here, strike the golf ball nicely, and a nice good balance follow through position up the top there. Whereas if this one here now, because you haven't sort of unwound your body on the way back, as you start coming back, your body's almost got to stop. There's not much space in your left arm up here now. It gets a bit kind of like, because if your body does spin, it's going to spin out this way, which causing that sort of slicey one off to the right there. Or then you're trying to sort of recover that and use your hand to try and just fix it, and it's not really as much of a follow through. I mean, look at the right foot's not really coming through as much. Like sort of, yeah, not really much turn. Hands aren't really sort of much over your shoulder. Look at that sort of round there. Look where that club is. This club's barely going down your back because you just haven't really turned, where the other one you've gone, and you're round there. So the more you kind of do that on the way back, the more that on the way through you're going to do, aren't you? If you just got to go, you're now relying on your timing of, as I said, your body maybe turning, we'll say 75%, 3/4 backs are okay with the body, but trying to get the club to go back 100%. So the arms are going back more than the body. Well, as they start coming back down and the body's already ahead now, the golf club going, oh, hang on a second, we've got to try and figure out where that body is. In about from there to impact, about 1/3 of a second. So not a lot of time really to try and figure things out, okay? But if we go back up here now and the arms are nice and high and the body's turned better, now we can just think, okay, I just unwind my body, just whip my arms through, and then everything kind of works in sync, yeah? It's a lot easier and more effective. Your yardage was jumping up 20 yards. I mean, your first was 600 or 700 beforehand, the first few shots. 130, again, about 135, then 140, a couple of good ones, and 145-ish. And then by then it was like 165, comfortably, wasn't it? A couple of 170. And I go, are we going too far? Because you can go too far. Obviously, then you want to know how far the ball's going to go in terms of judging distance. Okay, it doesn't matter how far it can go. Does it go how far it does go? Yes, consistency in terms of depth and width of ball. Then with a 4-iron, say 200 yards at hand, pretty much straight. It's going to stand you in good stead. Okay, and that's, again, I always say if you can hit a 4-iron, you're pretty much swinging it well. As a good golfer, you could swing like that one on the right hand side with a wedge or a 9 and you get some good shots. Maybe a 6 or a 7 would be your threshold. If you can hit a 4-iron good, you're swinging it good. Yeah. They're just so much more difficult clubs to use. You have to be creating some good kind of movements, and you can't mask it that well.
Right,
yeah.
okay.
If you're a good player, I can stand there with a wedge or a 9, swing like a complete donkey. I can't hit a fair with a driver or a 4 or 5 or anything at all. But give me a wedge or a 9, I'll hit it the green somewhere. Yeah, it might be pretty, but you just get on the green. You got loft and the shortest of flag and the but with a 4-iron, it's more of a telling. If the swing's out of sync, you'll notice it. Okay, mate, makes sense?
Yeah.
Cool, good stuff.